Hi everyone, this is Soviet Russian Bear. So, we constantly hear about some kind of threat to Russia coming from China. They say China will attack the Russian Far East, seize a part of Siberia, and organize a quote-unquote second invasion of the Mongols in Russia. There is nothing more delusional about relations between Russia and China than this. It is unclear what the belief about the inevitability of a war between China and Russia is based on. On the other hand, there is a number of convincing arguments that a war between our countries is simply impossible, and there are three main ones. Let's consider them. First, Russia and China are nuclear powers. A war between them could lead to the end of the world. There will be no winners in such a war. Second, let's start with the fact that in the past 100 years, China has not won a single war against a strong and technologically advanced enemy without outside help. It should also be kept in mind that the equipment of the Chinese army leaves much to be desired, despite the fact that China is considered one of the most technologically advanced countries of the world. Most of the weaponry that the Chinese military has was invented in the USSR or inspired by Soviet and some Western designs. No wonder that the Russian-made Kalashnikov assault rifles cost at least $400 on the world market, and the Chinese-made one costs $100. Most of the Chinese Navy is also Soviet-made or copies of old Soviet warships made in China. The Chinese Air Force still flies on Russian aircraft engines because the Chinese do not know how to produce their own. Yes, Russia sells engines for combat aircraft to China, as well as other military equipment. Why don't the Chinese buy it all from the US or the EU? Because Western engines are much more expensive and the quality is not much better. Why didn't the Chinese manage to copy the technologies they needed? A rhetorical question. China today depends on Russia in many respects, in rocketry, space programs, nuclear energy, and even food, not to mention oil and gas. And the question is, why would China attack a country on which its technological might depends? So reason number 3. China and Russia simply have nothing to argue over. There are rumors that Russia has allegedly seized native Chinese lands in the Far East and on the northern bank of the Amur River. But these are just rumors and nothing more. The Chinese have never lived in the Far East, it's too cold. It is the Russians who can live well at the North Pole, while the Chinese are warm-loving people. Everything that they needed from Siberia and the Far East before the Russians came to those lands, they bought from the Manchurians, who simply robbed the local indigenous population and profited from it. Only with the arrival of the Russians, order and justice were established in those quote-unquote disputed lands. So it turns out that everything that China could have claimed, even hypothetically, was never owned by the Chinese. And if it did not, then there can be no disputes. Moreover, the current borders of China and Russia are stipulated in international treaties, and such treaties do not take into account any kind of historical justice, quote-unquote. Historical justice in our time is not at all an argument that can justify the aggression of one country against another. In addition, one should also take into account that the fact that Russia is not Tibet, Vietnam, or Mongolia. In the event of aggression within the borders of the Russian Federation, the aggressor will not get away with just economic losses. And this is well understood not only by the Chinese leadership, but also by anyone, even the most mentally retarded Chinese person who generates all sorts of ideas for quote-unquote the return of native Chinese territories. Most likely, he just earns popularity in the field of patriotism, but more likely only money, publishing all sorts of books and other materials that are in great demand among the nostalgically minded Chinese public. That is all. This has been Soviet Russian Bear. Peace, love and prosperity to you. If you like the video, please click the like button, and if you want more videos of like this, please click that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Soviet Bear out. Bye bye.